What's good, party people? Welcome back to Run the Prompts on YouTube. Today we're going to be diving into an awesome new feature from Midjourney called the Retexture tool. And you're definitely going to want to take a look at all these examples. They're incredible. There's definitely one in this video that you're going to want to do yourself. I guarantee it. So we're going to go through all of it. You're going to want to go all the way to the very end to see what we have in store for you today. So if you have a Midjourney subscription, this is one of the coolest features I've ever seen, and I am not exaggerating. I know I say that with a lot of the new features in Midjourney because all of them just seem to be so cool, but this one's going to change the game, specifically for fields like interior design and real estate, things like that. Midjourney, and the first thing you're going to want to do is click on the edit button here at the left, and you'll see that there's a full panel. It's called Edit Your Images. This is the edit panel. It's brand new. And this is where we're going to launch into this new editor tool and specifically the Retexture tool. So once we're in here, all we have to do is go to Edit New Image. And from here, I'm going to upload new image for Retexture, number 1. Click Upload, and there we go. All right, so now we have the Edit tab and the Retexture tab. So the Edit tab is what you're probably used to. So I actually have a video on that. I'll leave that link in the description below. But this tab is where you can erase parts of the images and then add in different elements that you want. Like if I wanted to erase this area right here and put in a couch, or erase this and get rid of it so it's just the floor, you could do that. But this video will not be about that. This is going to be about the Retexture tab. With that said, this new ability to upload your own images and then use the edit feature is also groundbreaking. So I'm going to have another video on that soon. There just aren't enough hours in the day to do it. So this video is about the Retexture tool. So I'm going to click on that tab right here. And we have our image here of, let's just say, a pretty awesome place. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but let's just say I'm pretty familiar with it. So we got this awesome place right here, and we have some preloaded prompts that we want to use that I put together just for this video, just for you guys. And I'm going to give them to you as well on a page on my site. I'm going to link that in the description below too, so be sure to check those out so you can copy and paste them and do this to your own place, because you're going to want to do that. So we're to add the prompt right here. We're going to turn this place into a trendy, futuristic condo with neon lights, modern appliances and style, extremely expensive penthouse. Retexture tool, submit. Let's see what happens. And just like that, guys, we have exactly what we were looking for. It's a penthouse. It's extremely expensive. There's modern lights. There's neon lights, modern appliances. This looks absolutely incredible. All 4 of them are actually really good. Realistic, high quality. You can also upscale these. I highly recommend that. So let's say I liked this one the best. If you clicked upscale to gallery, then it would increase the resolution so that it's ultra high quality. You could even print that out if you wanted. That's how cool this is. So we're going to run through a couple more prompts because I know how much you guys love to run the prompts. So we're going to get rid of this one, and we're going to try this prompt right here and see what this one looks like. So in this one, I wanted green and red neon lights. I wanted it to be on the 55th floor, so I wanted it to be a bit higher up. So a similar prompt, but more specific with the lighting, and these look incredible, especially this one. This is just so cool. And to be able to reimagine a place this easily is just insane. So let's try something totally different here with this third example. We have a 1950s style, extremely expensive condo with antique appliances, retro style, and 1950s colors. Boom, and just like that, we have transformed the space into something straight out of the 50s. How crazy is that? Let's try our next one here. Let's turn it into a cabin. Something totally different than the first 3. So we have a cabin with some ambient lighting. We have a bar stool. We have stainless steel appliances. And let's see how this one does. Just like that, guys, this space is transformed into a freaking cabin. Incredible. Now let's do 2 more so I can give you guys another example, and then I'm going to tell you why this is so freaking important. I'm going to do 1 more. Okay, so this one doesn't look as realistic, but I mean the prompt is also not exactly realistic. It came out kind of interesting, so I wanted to have an expensive penthouse floating in space. This kind of does look like it's floating in space. It doesn't even have a ceiling. It's got the floor with the stars. I mean, this looks pretty badass. Obviously not realistic, but the fact that it was able to do that alone is just crazy. So let's try our last one, and then I'm going to go into why this is so important for specific people, especially. So we're going to get into that after we see what this one turns out as. And if you wanted to ever see what a crack house looks like, I mean, yours truly doesn't know, but my IT director, Rick Smith, is definitely familiar with those. You can take a look at this prompt. I mean, this is disgusting, isn't it? This is just absolutely gross, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It went from this, again, to that in about, what, 15 seconds? Crazy. So guys, we need to have a one-on-one chat on why this is so important for 2 very specific industries, okay? This is going to absolutely change real estate and interior design. If you know anybody in those 2 industries, real estate or interior design, I want you to do me a favor and do yourself a big favor, because they're gonna thank you for this. I want you to send them this video. I am not sponsored or affiliated with Midjourney. I cannot profit from this transaction, but I can tell you this right now. This technology is brand new, and the people in real estate and interior design that leverage this technology the fastest are going to have a huge, and I do mean huge, advantage over the competition. So I want to reiterate that. If you're in interior design and you need to put together designs of different rooms, different houses, that's part of your job. If you have a tool like this, then you'll be able to brainstorm and visualize and show clients things faster than you could have ever possibly imagined. And they'll look real. Really think about that, okay? And I don't want to go on this too long, because I know a lot of you are not in interior design or real estate. But let's think about real estate now, okay? Let's say you have someone who wants to buy a house and it doesn't look like this. Like, this is done up, this is remodeled, this looks fine. But let's just say it looks more like this, okay? Let's say it looks like a place that Rick Smith, my IT director, might be hanging out in. If it looks like this, you want to sell the dream, don't you? You want to sell the dream. And how are you going to do that? You're going to sell the dream by showing someone what it could look like, right? It could look like that. It could. All you got to do is remodel it, but it could look like this. Think about it. If you could show them every room of the place and say, it might look like this now, but if it was remodeled, which you can do your own, and you're getting a crazy deal on this place, just look at what it could look like. And then the client could come back and say, oh, I wonder what it would look like with marble floors. I wonder what it would look like with this type of backsplash. I wonder what it would look like with cool paintings on the wall, or a new ceiling fan, or whatever. And that's another video that I'm going to make where we can do that, you guessed it, in the editor. Okay, so between Retexture tool and the edit tool here in Midjourney that just launched, this is brand new. It's going to change the game. And these are just the first 2 industries off the top of my head that I thought of that it's really going to change things. So you need to send this to them. They will thank you. You just might get them a raise, or maybe you'll just get them beat up. You know, who knows? We're back, and we are going to do something really cool. We're going to take the White House, and we're going to have some fun with it. All right, so we got our White House image here. We're going to go over to the Retexture tool here in Midjourney. And the first one we're going to do is the White House made Jello. Now, a lot of this prompt I actually got from this edit tool over here. So if you click suggest prompt, the AI is going to scan and read the image, and it's going to suggest a prompt that describes the image perfectly. So I took what it gave me and then I edited it a little bit, and you can use the prompt that way, or you can just do some of the more simple prompts that I'm going to show you in the next couple of examples. But this one specifically I wanted to show you because it's one way that you can create your prompt. So White House made of Jello, we're going to click submit. We're going to see what happens with this. All right, guys, and did it really turn into Jello? It's kind of hard to tell, so we are not going to use that portion of it. So instead of Jello, we're going to do the White House made of dark chocolate and frosting. I'm going to click submit. Okay, guys, and that actually worked pretty well. So we have the chocolate at the top, we have frosting. I mean, it did a pretty nice job to be able to generate a White House cake basically version. It is just totally crazy. So let's go to our next prompt. The White House as an inflatable building with the American flag on top of it. Okay, guys, and it's looking pretty good. I mean, you can see, especially in this first picture, you can see the drawstrings. Like, that actually does look like an inflatable building. I'm pretty shocked that even worked. So let's do a couple more, and I did test these ones out before, and these two are probably the coolest in my opinion. And no, I'm not trying to disrespect the White House, okay? I'm an American. Just want to see what it looks like with this prompt because it's cool. Let's see what it looks like. All right, so it looks like it's straight out of a horror film, basically. Pretty crazy stuff. I like it a lot. Speaking of a horror film, let's just try a very simple horror film prompt right here. A building in a horror film cinematic. Notice how I didn't even say White House in the prompt. That shouldn't make a huge difference, but it's up to you to really play around with the different prompts and see what works best for you. It's probably going to depend on the image that you use. So that's a good one right here. I mean, this does look like the horror version of a White House for sure. So this is the power of the Retexture tool. You can put in your own images and instantly retexture them. I mean, look what it's doing here. Okay, so the structure of the image is almost completely retained. It's the surface, okay? It's the textures that are being replaced. The structure is the same, the textures are different. And you can go crazy with this because I know I've said this a lot on runtheprompts.com, but it's like every time Midjourney releases a new feature, it expands what you can do as a creator. There's no limits. So you guys need to experiment with it. You need to get in the game and get ahead of the curve and figure this out. Create a workflow and let me know in the comment section below what you guys are using this for, how much you like it. Is there something I'm missing? Is there something that you like to use in your prompt? Share a prompt with me. I'll make a video about it if it's cool enough. And let me know how you like this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. By the way, we're up to 60 subscribers, which means we are just 40 away from reaching 100, which means that we're basically taking over the world at this point, and it's up to you to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. See you guys later.